discussion between the wife and husband, between Sati and Lord Shiva. When there is a little friction in thinking, and there is, so what happens that we'll see now. So before we begin, let us pray. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Yes, my dear friends. So yesterday we saw how Daksha unwillingly marries his youngest daughter Sati to Shiva on the suggestion of his father Brahma. And then how Lord Shiva did not stand up when Daksha entered the arena of sacrifice, and how Daksha got very angry with Lord Shiva and he curses Lord Shiva by saying, all devatas will get oblations during yajna, but you, Shiva, will not get it. Why? Because he did not respect Lord. He did not respect Daksha. That was the explanation. So then what happened? And then after he cursed, then I just see once, yeah. After he cursed and he walked away, then Shiva's bull Nandi gets very angry, and Nandi also curses not only Daksha. It says, you Daksha, you are thinking body and soul are same and you are criticizing my master, thinking he is the body. You do not know, you don't have knowledge. May you be bereft of all the knowledge, and may even your head be replaced with a goat head. Like that, Nandi curses Daksha. Nandi curses Daksha. And after Daksha has gone, Daksha gets a curse. Then, sorry, Nandi also gives some other curses, seeing which Bhrigu Rishi gets very much disturbed, and so he starts cursing all Shiva's followers, saying that you Shiva's followers, may you be forgetting the knowledge, and may you get only attracted to intoxication. You Shiva Bhaktas, I curse you that you may get attracted only to intoxication habits. Like that. Even Bhrigu Rishi curses. Let me just see what other curses are. So they actually curse and counter curse. See, Nandi curses and Bhrigu also curses. What he says, let Shiva's followers become atheists, and let them have obstacles to genuine scriptures. Let them not even read scriptures. Let them be bereft of knowledge, and let them get addicted to intoxication. Like this, Bhrigu curses. And what Nandi had cursed, he said that let these Brahmanas who have supported also be bereft of knowledge, who supported, and let them take vows and perform austerities only for maintaining the body. Let them not go back to Godhead. Like that, Nandi had cursed to the Brahmanas. So Brahmanas had Bhrigu cursed to Shiva's followers. So cursing and counter cursing happened after Daksha went. And Shiva was in meditation, and Shiva realizes something is going wrong. He opens his eyes and he does not correct anybody. He does not correct Shiva's followers, he does not correct Brahmanas. He just leaves. Mustafa ji, Hare Krishna, hello. What happens is here, when Shiva opens his eyes, he sees only cursing is going on. He quietly walks out of the arena back to his Kailash. And seeing that, everybody, Nandi and Bhrigu and all others, get a bit of a shock. It's like when teacher is angry in the class, teacher leaves the class and goes out, right? So at that time, the children realize, oh, what did we do? We made our teacher angry, and then we become quiet, and that's what happens. And then they think that we had decided to do this yajna to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let us do that now. Now, Daksha has gone, Shiva has gone. let us do that. So they start doing the yajna and they complete the yajna. And after that, what happens? Then they all go back to their abodes. Then chapter 3 begins. And in chapter 3, we see that how Daksha thinks of doing one more yajna, but this time without inviting his son in law Shiva and his own daughter, wife of Shiva, that is Sati. He does not invite. As a result, he invites everyone else, and everyone are flying in white airplanes, and the whole sky appears to be filled with beautiful, so many airplanes that it looks like the cloud of white clouds, beautiful white clouds on the sky, covered nicely. And when they are flying, they are talking loudly, gossiping about how big the yajna is performed by Daksha. They're talking so loudly and they're flying above Kailash. And at that time, Sati gets to hear it because they are flying above her house and talking loudly in the airplanes. She comes out and sees, and she gets to know that in her father's house there's a big yajna and all are going. And so she goes to Lord Shiva and she says, "My dear master, your father-in-law," she does not say my father, she says your, she wants to convince Shiva also to go. Says your father-in-law is arranged for a yajna, very big yajna, and everybody are going. I saw Devi Devatas going, all are dressed up very nicely in nice saris, nice jewels. I also have desire to wear nice sari and nice jewel given by my father. She does not say you are given jewels because Shiva didn't give her any jewels because he's always in meditation, meditating on Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, or on Krishna. So he is only in absorption of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is not bothered about how I should buy some nice jewelry and clothing for Mother Sati. I'm saying mother, but she was a small girl. She had not even attained puberty, a small girl. But so she says that she does not put Shiva into anxiety. She says, I have my father given abharan and jewelry. I want to wear and I want to go. Shall we go? And it appears like Shivaji is not agreeing. And so she says, oh my God. She says, see, they're all going with the desire of meeting relatives. They will all be meeting relatives, and I also have desire to meet my relatives. And she thinks that he may say, but we are not invited. She says, it's all right if we are not invited. We can go to father's house, guru's house, friend's house, husband's house without invitation. We don't need an invitation. We will go. Like that, she says, but you know what happens when she says like that, Shivaji is just quietly listening. Shivaji says, look, my dear, beautiful faced wife, we can go to father's house or husband's house or friend's house, provided they treat us with that same respect. Going to insult us, if they are going to speak such harsh words, then we may not be able to tolerate that, especially because we see them as someone very dear. We may feel like dying. He's giving a hint that you may die. He even says, you may die. Acharya say, you may die. So we should not go when we are not invited and when they do not have a loving relationship with us. And he gives some other reasons also. He says, he says, she says, but Jaksha is a very opulent person and a very nice person, so he's worthy of visiting. He says, opulent people, if they become proud, then all their opulence is a waste. He says like that. So and then he's saying, if you're thinking that you are his very dear daughter, now he's not going to be nice to you though you are the dear daughter, because of your connection with me. He does not like me, and so he will not treat you nicely either. That is why it is, and she says that. You're speaking all this because Siti is thinking that Shiva is having hatred to her father. So he's telling, actually, I don't have hatred for your father, but your father has hatred towards me. Yes, that is why if I go, it won't be nice, and if you go, it won't be nice either, because you may feel so hurt and you may want to die. He warns her like that. And after that, what happens? That we see in chapter 4. And in chapter 4, she actually gets very unhappy with Shiva's response, and she looks at him like that, as if she's going to burn Shiva with her anger. With just by looking, she's going to burn Shiva. Like that, she sees Lord Shiva. And then she starts to walk outside the house and inside the house and outside and inside, because when she feels like just going without his permission. And then she feels, no, what if I feel very hurt, like my husband said. And she walks inside the house, walks outside, inside. Acharyas say outside and inside the house. But another meaning of Sanskrit says walking from one room to another, going in, coming out, going in, coming out, like that, because she's very, very disturbed and confused and angry. And then she walks out of the house to go to her father's house. At that time, understanding the mood of Shiva, Nandi and the other followers of Shiva, they immediately, thousands of followers, follow Mother Sati, little Sati, and they go. She's walking in great speed, and Nandi the bull tries to come close to her, and Shiva's followers make her sit on Nandi, and to make her happy, they give her one ball, one lotus, one small bird in her hands, and they start playing their mridanga type of beating damaru. They start playing damaru, and they start singing kirtans, and they blow conch, and in big pomp they start singing and dancing, singing and dancing to cheer this angry little Sati when she goes to her father's house. And then they go, and they all go together, and they wait outside the house while Sati walks into the house. And there her mother and her sisters embrace her and speak sweet words and ask her to sit down. But she does not want anything. She does not want anybody's embrace. All she wants is her father's invitation. And so she goes to the father, and she looks at the father, and father doesn't even look at her. Huh? And then what happens? Father doesn't even look at her and doesn't speak to her. And then what happens? Let me just see. One minute. Here we see that, yeah, Maitreya, okay. Then she says, she speaks. Father doesn't speak, so she speaks to her father. She says, who except you can hate my husband Shiva? Shiva is so nice to everybody, and he does not hate anybody. Who except you can hate him? And she says, do you know who is a sadhu and who is not a sadhu? Sadhu, my husband is such a sadhu that even in people who have bad qualities, he looks for one small good, magnifies it and appreciates it. Such a sadhu my husband is. So from this we understand how we should value a sadhu. See, sadhus see the faults are capable of being transformed into good qualities. Sadhus think that there is a fault, but it can change. He or she can improve. This is how a sadhu sees. And sadhus, the better sadhus see the good qualities and not the fault. Lowest sadhus see fault also, and they think this fault can go. And better sadhus, they don't even see the faults, they see only the good. And still better sadhus magnify even meager good qualities of others. If the sadhu is very good, they see very small good quality in a person and they appreciate it from their heart. And if the sadhu is even more nicer, if he's the best among the sadhus, he sees only good qualities even if there is none. Oh, even if there is none. And Shiva belongs to that category. And by hating such a personality, you belong to the asadutama category. Means you're the worst of the asadhus. Asadhu means what? Sadhu means a very saintly person. Okay, in sadhu, four levels are told. First level is one who sees fault and he thinks this fault can rectify. And a better level is he does not see the fault, he sees only the good. Still better sadhu is one who sees little good and he magnifies it. And the best of them is even if there is no good, he still sees the good and magnifies it. Uh, the best among them is he sees only good qualities even when there are none. That is the best category of sadhu, and Shiva belongs to that. And she says, but among the asadhus, means among the bad people, you are the worst. He is the best among the good. You are the worst among the bad. Now, what are the bad categories of people? Are exactly the opposite. That the lowest bad person, though he sees the good, he only talks about the bad. He sees the bad and he talks about the bad in a good person. And still worse, bad person is one who will magnify, who will talk only the bad quality in a good person. He look for the bad quality and he will only talk about it. And still bad person is one who sees a very small bad quality and makes a big mountain out of that bad quality and he speaks about it. And the worst of the bad people is even if there are no bad qualities, he creates a bad quality in a good person and he magnifies and talks only about it. Like some people talk only bad about God. What is bad in God? God is so magnificent person, magnanimous person, very loving person. He's the best of the well-wisher. But we see God is not having any head. Why he created so many problems? Like this. Problems he didn't create. We created problems for ourselves by not doing things the right way. If there is a mixie jar, and when they say you should close the lid and you should grind it with little water, and you're not going to close the lid, you keep it open, and you press, and everything splashes on your face, and then you blame the mixie jar and you say mixie is bad. How can it be meaningful? We when we criticize God, we are exactly talking like that. We commit mistake, we commit blunders, we cause problem for ourselves and say why God created problems if He's all good. So God has given His scriptures. For every religion, there is a scripture. We are not reading that. We are creating problems for ourselves. And then we are blaming God. So that is the worst of the bad people. We should never do that. So, my dear friends, so like this, she says that you are the worst of the bad people to her father. And says, because I have got body from you, I am very unhappy that I am living in the body given by you. And whenever my husband lovingly calls me Dakshayani, means Dakshaputri. Dakshayani means daughter of Daksha. I get so frustrated to be called as the daughter of Daksha, and I wish to just destroy this body when you don't even value my husband. You don't even know how wealthy is my husband. Actually, yeah, all the wealth we are getting it from Durga Devi unless we are pure devotees of Krishna. Only pure devotees of Krishna get the wealth from Lakshmi Devi. For others, they get their wealth from Durga Devi. And so all the wealth is coming from Durga Devi. Of course, Durga Devi gets her wealth from Lakshmi Devi. That's a different thing. So now, she is speaking like this, and then she meditates and she burns her body. And Daksha, watching her, even getting ready to burn herself, does not speak a word. See the level of hatred that one can get if they are envious. So, envy is so dangerous, my dear friends. that it makes us hate a person so much that we don't even care if they're going to die, even if they are our own children. So, this envy is a terrible quality, and envy is there in all of us in different proportions. Only when we get full love for Krishna, envy goes fully. If we have 99% love for Krishna, we will still have 1% envy. Therefore, envy is there in all of us. Therefore, we should be always focused on attaining Krishna Prema, for which we have to be living to please Krishna. We should do everything to please Krishna. If we are doing everything with the intention of pleasing Krishna, then our heart will get purified from envy. When we live every moment to please Krishna, our heart will be will be cleansed from envy. So, so Sati burns herself in this yajna, and there the chapter ends, and nobody stops her, and a great cry arises from the sky, and when Mother Sati departs from her body, intolerant and violent Daksha will gain this great cry from the sky says that Daksha will gain great infamy for not stopping his daughter from dying because of hating Lord Shiva. Daksha hated Lord Shiva so much that he didn't even stop his daughter from dying. So, this kind of bad name will spread like that. The voices from the sky tell. And seeing Sati's death, Shiva's followers who were just waiting because she had told not to enter the inside, so they kept her word. But when she died, they could not tolerate. They entered into the arena to destroy all the yajna of Daksha. But this Bhrugu understands that, and with his Brahminical Tejas, Brahma Tejas coming from Sattva Guna is more powerful from the Tamoguna's power of these Shiva's followers, and therefore, is from Brahma Tejas the things called Rubhus were created, and they come and they chase, they threaten, means they're very scary for Shiva's Ganas, and they run away from the place. And then Mother Sati takes birth in Himalayas couple, Himalaya and in Himavati couple. She takes birth as Parvati, Parvat Rajkumari. Parvati, she becomes and takes birth. So then what happens? What happens to Lord Shiva? That you will see tomorrow in chapter 5. I had planned only to speak chapter 3, but we completed chapter 4 because I thought I should not keep you, in full anxiety. So, but I'm very happy to have here Anjali Agrawal ji. She's been with me from the beginning of the session. Thank you, ji. And Pooja Chandra ji, thank you very much for your presence. And Hirak Jyoti Saikia ji, Hare Krishna. So we end the session now. Tumpa Ghosh ji, Hare Krishna. We are going to speak the same thing in Hindi now. So I'm going to end this session and we will speak it in Hindi. Hare Krishna. I was not hungry, but my chopped fruits were there yesterday. Ah, really? One piece. Really? Eat as much as you wish. Then if you feel hungry after half an hour, I'll dilute milk and give you. Okay.